When I came to the U of A for college in 2010, I grew up in a family that didn't go to church a lot, and I had roommates that all grew up going to church. So the first time I came to the Grove was had been dragged to, and it was described as coffee house meets church. I didn't really care for coffee houses or church at that time, so I don't know why I ended up going, but I did, and really loved it. I think I saw Jesus in a lot of the people that I was spending my time with, and from there really realized I needed Jesus in my life, and ultimately surrendered that to him. And I really felt really embraced by a ton of people at the Grove, people that I would consider family now, and just really developed a lot of relationships that through the Grove that kept me coming, and then ultimately through wanting to be around church, giving my life to Christ. When I was first coming for a long time, I was on the receiving end of people making coffee for me, and I didn't have kids, but if I did, people would be taking care of my kids for me. And when I first started to get really involved with the Grove, I was just looking for little things that I could do. I didn't have any talent behind a soundboard, or at that point I wasn't really kid inclined, and so I just started looking for stuff to do. And there was a group of people that just did odd jobs around the church and replaced toilet paper and empty trash cans at the end of the day and things like that, and I thought, oh, I can do that. From there I really just committed to serving in that way. I think for me it started as just a way to give back, I guess, but then once I really started to take my walk more seriously and learn more about the calls that Jesus has on my life, and it just became apparent that that's something that I'm just called to do, and I enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed serving with the people that I was serving with. Like I said earlier, those people have become like my family and some of my closest friends, and just being around the Grove, especially my first handful of years when we were in that small building, it's a super exciting time then, and it still is now, and I just wanted to be a part of it, and it's been a really fun ride. We like to do lots of things together.
What are some of our things?
This is pretty embarrassing, but we like to go to TJ Maxx and look at the random
Me too. All the different kitchen utensils?
Yep.
It's really fun. Well, I've been serving in the greenhouse for 5 years, I think.
It's been really fun.
It's so fun.
It's not always easy, but it's always really rewarding. Just getting to really just love on kids and play with them and have a good time while their parents go worship and do all the things that they need to do.
I feel like we get to do it together, and so it's like, I don't know, it just gives us this feeling of we're on a team and we're doing this, and it's our classroom.
She was in the greenhouse before I was. She's the only reason why I ever started going to the greenhouse before we got married. So if you're a single dude out there, just kidding. I think the first time that I actually formally met Amy was at the Grove. I tried to date her for a while. Asked her on a couple dates. I would go on these disguise dates where I'd be like, hey, we're all going to go do this. And then by the time it was time to go do this, everybody else had dropped out. And so
conveniently,
it would just be us.
Actually, at the Grove on a Sunday morning, Ross took me out in front of the lobby outside and was like, when you're ready, I want to take you on a date. He knew, and I had always been really hesitant, and then for some reason in that moment I was like, I have no hesitations. I just felt really at peace about that, and I just knew that that was what was supposed to be. And so God was just preparing us for something that we didn't really know why the path went the way that it did, but then we do now, I guess.
We do.